Hey guys, how you doing out there? Just coming at you tonight. I don't make a lot of videos like I used to, but I just felt I wanted to respond to this. It doesn't make a difference if we talk about this or not, if I talk about this or not, but I just want to talk about this whole Planet X Nibiru thing, and I'm amused. Like the only place you're gonna find information about Nibiru is on the websites. And there's no official. They're not even like official web stress sites. Then there's no. Fox talked about it one time, but where is this coming from? Nibiru. If this thing that was the size of Jupiter was headed to Earth and was scheduled to hit here on December 21st, 2012, don't you think we would see something big in the sky? Don't you? Seriously. People are saying, I can understand. Look, I can understand, the conspiracy theorists. I understand. You guys. You seem to catch video footage of a red light in the sky all the time, or you seem to have this footage of a red light next to the sun, which I never see. I never see it out there. And it's just amazing. No one else ever sees this red light, this little tiny red dot in the sky that's Nibiru, but yeah, you guys on YouTube always seem to catch it at the right time, and you're able to post it on video. And I can understand for those of you that may have pathetic jobs, don't pay much, so maybe you're single, and I understand that whole thing. I'm single, 35 years old. I'm single. It sucks, and yeah, my job could be better, but I'm not gonna go look for conspiracies because my life is boring. I mean, I'm sorry, but this whole Nibiru stuff, really, but that don't bug me much because I know there's all kinds of conspiracies out there, and I hear conspiracies about crooked government and stuff, and the Illuminati, and I do believe there's some truth to that stuff. I'm not gonna like say it's a bunch of bull because I know how this country is. I know how the government is in this country. But as far as this Nibiru thing, what bugs me the most is when Christians come on here and try to tie the whole Nibiru thing in with Revelation and stuff. And okay, those of you that are Christians and you know the Book of Revelation, and you've studied, if you've ever studied the Book of Daniel and all that stuff, if you break it down, Nibiru and I can understand how a giant planet passing by the Earth would cause a lot of what could be the plagues that Jesus was referring to back in Matthew and stuff. And the thing is, Nibiru coming by this Earth would pretty much wipe out 90% of the population on this Earth. And and I know a lot of that's going to happen during the tribulation time. This is my problem. For Nibiru to be part of prophecy or Bible prophecy, the rapture would have had to have happened a couple of years ago. The Antichrist would have had to take over this earth a couple of years ago for December 21st, 2012, to be the date where 90% of the world's population is extinct. All right, this stuff don't happen until the latter part of the tribulation. A lot of you guys know this. Now, there's going to be some plagues and stuff that happen early in the tribulation. I understand that, but as far as like 90% of the world being wiped out, that ain't gonna happen till between the midway point when again, I don't have my Bible here to back up the verses, but when it talks about the Antichrist assassination, a successful assassination attempt on the Antichrist, and Satan ends up causing a false resurrection in him, and then it talks about a double-headed monster who was this nice guy before, and then he's a monster after he resurrects and stuff, and then stuff really hits the fan. But that's when a lot of this stuff's supposed to happen. The stars falling to Earth is supposed to happen. I believe Wormwood is supposed to take place after the second half of the tribulation. So, if the rapture happened tomorrow, and the Antichrist came into power a day later, this whole Nibiru stuff, this December 21st, 2012 stuff, would be way too soon. It would be way too soon. It would not fit into the tribulation calendar described in between Daniel and Revelations. It just wouldn't happen. And the bottom line is, when you look at the trumpet judgments and the bowl judgments, God sends an angel out to make these judgments happen. He doesn't send a giant planet by to make these judgments happen. And people have tried to compare Nibiru to Wormwood. First of all, Nibiru, according to the conspiracy, is supposed to be the size of Jupiter. It's supposed to be like a dwarf star. It's supposed to have its own little mini solar system around it. All right, that's not wormwood. Wormwood is like a meteor or an asteroid supposed to hit the Earth and actually open hell up to the Earth, according to the scriptures. Now, you wouldn't need a meteor any bigger than the size of a city, an asteroid the size of a city or so to accomplish that. You know, if an asteroid the size of a city or something, or maybe two cities, was to hit the Earth, that alone would accomplish what Wormwood is supposed to accomplish. You don't need a dwarf star to accomplish that. And Nibiru isn't supposed to hit the Earth, according to conspiracy. It's supposed to pass us by. So, for those of you that try the Christians, be Christians and deny this whole heresy of Nibiru, okay? Don't try to compromise the Mayan calendar and the Bible, all right? You're compromising the scriptures. It's not how it's supposed to be, all right? The scriptures clearly say there, a lot of the earthquakes you're seeing right now, a lot of devastations going on around the earth that's been going on. This has all been told by Jesus. Jesus said in the last days, this would happen leading up to the 7-year tribulation. All right, and yes, a lot of the plagues, could there be a polar shift? Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Could there be something? I mean, a star is going to fall to the earth? Yes, it's all part of the tribulation. But this is all going to happen over a 7-year period. I mean, this isn't going to happen all at once at the beginning of the tribulation. So, guys, I'm talking to the Christians. I'm not talking to the conspiracists out there. I'm talking to the Christians. Come back down to earth here and stop compromising the gospel. Stop compromising God's word. All right? This Nibiru stuff, I'm sorry. December 21st, 2012 is not the end of the world. And, I mean, as far as all the disasters, I believe 2012 is going to get even worse from 2010 and 2011. And both years have been record breakers as far as deaths that have been caused due to natural disasters. Both years have been record breakers, and I believe it's going to get worse in 2012. I believe as we get closer to the coming of Jesus Christ, I believe that things are going to get much worse. So yeah, I expect a lot of devastation in 2012, maybe even in the United States. But as far as Nibiru, guys, you're just compromising the scriptures when you play into the Mayan believers' hands about Nibiru. You're just playing into their hands. That's all you're doing. There's no Nibiru. There is no Nibiru. That's all there is to it. There was, we would see it in the skies by now. It would be clear, especially if it's only like a year away. It would be something. We would see something with a tail up in the sky, and we do not see nothing with a tail up in the sky. And yes, it would leak out as into the mainstream media. I'm sorry. Somebody in NASA or somebody in government would crack up and leak this. It would happen. This is, you're not talking about a financial conspiracy here. You're not talking about, raising taxes, trying to hide it so that people don't notice it. You're not talking about, spending bills and stuff. You're talking about the end of the world if this were to take place. You're talking about literally like if this happened, somebody that knows the truth. If it was true, somebody that knows it for sure, that's on the inside, could not hold that in any longer. Somebody would crack up, and nobody's cracking up. So, guys, relax. No Nibiru. Thank you.